give people chances. You're understanding. You believe in growth and forgiveness. You tell yourself everyone has bad days. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone deserves the benefit of the doubt. And you're right about all of that, except when you're not. There's one behavior that transcends bad days and mistakes. One pattern that tells you everything you need to know. And if you're seeing this behavior, no matter who the person is or how much history you share, you need to cut them out. Not later. Not after one more chance. Now, the behavior is this. They consistently show you they don't care about your well-being. And when confronted, they make it your fault for expecting them to care. Let me break down why this specific pattern is non-negotiable and why it's different from every other relationship problem. Most relationship issues are about miscommunication, different needs, or conflicting priorities. Those things can be worked on. Both people can grow, understanding can develop, change can happen. But this behavior is different because it's not about inability. It's about unwillingness, and unwillingness doesn't change. Here's what this looks like in real life. You express a need. You tell them something hurt you, and their response isn't to acknowledge your feelings. It's to tell you you're too sensitive, too demanding. They flip it. Suddenly you're defending your right to have feelings, explaining why your boundary is legitimate. And by the end of the conversation, you're apologizing to them for being upset about something they did. This is different from someone who gets defensive initially, but eventually comes around. This is someone who believes your needs are inconveniences. Research on emotional abuse shows this pattern, called DARVO, is a hallmark of relationships that will never be healthy. The person denies wrongdoing, attacks you for bringing it up, and positions themselves as the victim. Why is this the line? Because it reveals three things that make a relationship irreparable. First, it shows they lack empathy for you specifically. They might seem caring in public, but with you, they're annoyed. If you're in the category of people whose feelings don't matter, no amount of communication will change that. Second, it shows they refuse accountability. Ever. For anything. It's always someone else's fault. People who cannot take accountability cannot grow. Without it, there's no foundation for improvement. Third, it shows they're manipulative. They're actively working to make you doubt your perception of reality. It's designed to silence you, make you compliant, and ensure they never have to change while you adjust to mistreatment. You can teach communication skills, but you cannot teach someone to care about you. You cannot fix intentional manipulation. These aren't skills deficits. These are character issues, and character, in adults, doesn't change without the person wanting it. They know you're hurt. They know what they did. They just don't care enough to stop. You cannot logic someone into empathy. You cannot argue someone into accountability. You cannot love someone into treating you with basic respect. Here's what happens if you stay. You slowly lose yourself. You start questioning your own perceptions. You stop bringing up problems because the fight isn't worth it. You lower your standards. You accept mistreatment as normal. You become smaller and quieter and more damaged, while they remain exactly who they've always been. Research on long-term exposure to this dynamic shows it leads to anxiety, depression, loss of self-worth, and difficulty trusting your own judgment. You're not being shaped by love. You're being eroded by someone who sees your needs as obstacles to their comfort. So what do you do when you recognize this pattern? You leave. Not gradually. You create distance immediately and permanently. This is hard when the person is family, a long-term partner, a close friend. You have history. You have good memories. You love them, but love doesn't fix this. Time doesn't fix this. Communication doesn't fix this. Because it's not broken, it's intentional. They're showing you who they are. Someone who doesn't care about your well-being. That's someone who will slowly destroy you. Cutting them out doesn't mean you're unforgiving. It means you understand you cannot have a healthy relationship without respect. That's a deal. You deserve people who care when they hurt you, who take responsibility, who see your needs as legitimate, not as attacks on them. If bringing up hurt results in you being made to feel wrong, you're in a dynamic where one person has all the power. That's not love. That's abuse. Subtle, insidious abuse that makes you doubt yourself so thoroughly you can't even see that what's happening is wrong. See it. name it, leave it. No matter how hard it is. Because staying is harder. Staying costs you pieces of yourself. You're not giving up on them. You're choosing yourself. Finally, after too long letting someone convince you that your well-being is selfish, it's survival, and they're showing you they're a threat to that survival. Believe them. And go. The door doesn't need a long goodbye. It just needs to close. Firmly. Finally. For good. That's not cruelty. That's self-preservation, and you've earned the right to preserve yourself, even from people you love. Go. Now. You've given enough. They've shown enough. It's time